Hello, this is Pamela, the Stampin' Pink Rose, and here's another card fold Friday for you. And I did something a little bit different. I did Foxy Friends because you know I've been working on this all week, the different Foxy Friends on this. So anyway, I thought I'd show you what I did with him and how to make the card that folds like this. So I've got Pool Party. By the way, I'm using the wonderful designer paper out of this pack of Foxy Friends. And it's got gorgeous paper that you don't need to just stick to the fox or any of the other animals. There's 29 pieces in this set, if you remember that. So you don't need to stick with that. And you could do the cat or whatever, or the raccoon if you wanted to on this. But I've been doing the fox this week, so I thought I'd stick with it. The paper is gorgeous. And the paper I'm using as a pattern, I just gotta find it again. I kept everything in here. Well, that's interesting because I know it's in here. Here we go. It's this one here, and this side's dot, gray dot, and this is Calypso Coral is the color they're using on this. So let's get started on this card, and it's a real simple, easy card. You're going to do a 5.5 cut. You're going to bring your arm out on your cutter. You're going to go to 7 3/4. So bring it right up there. Cut that. Okay. Now you'll have your card that'll be perfect for this. Then you're going to take and score it at 1 3/4. 1 3/4 here, and 1 3/4 here. The scoring blade's better this time around. Okay, you lay that over here. Then you're going to take and simply fold, and I didn't bring out my bone folder, which you should have. And this does have a little ragged edges on it, which if you do, and what did I do here? If you do, use your sand block if you've got one, or a piece of sandpaper, and just simply do that. Okay, so our next move is to cut our paper. So this would be 1 3/4. I'm going to bring my measurements out here. I think it's 1 3/4. We'll see. If I need to cut it smaller, I'll do it. 1 3/4. Bring it 5.5 across. Okay. And see, this makes it a 4 1/4 card. So it's going to go in your envelope. So don't have a panic. It has to go a different direction. Okay, I want this a little smaller. So I'm going to go this as 1 1/2 is your beige piece. Okay. But I will let it go to the edge. So I'm going to go 1 1/2. Okay. And let it go to the edge on each of these. And guess what I forgot? I brought everything out but forgot my adhesive. We need that. Okay. So now, well, that was a good move. Okay. So all I'm doing is adhering this down. Okay. And I'll do the same with this. Okay. So I'm going to get this in here. Then I'm going to take this and do this at 1 1/4. Okay, so this is going to be, and it needs to be 5.5 across. So I'm gonna take my I'm gonna make it 5.5 paper. So now I'm gonna do 1 1/4, and you know the measurements will be on my site, so you can just check out the blog and you'll find them there. And I think it's easier that way because you don't have to write as you're watching. You can just go back and get the measurements when you're ready at the site. Okay, now that's ready to go on. So far, so easy, right, guys? Okay. All right, that goes on. This is going on next. Okay, so now we got that part of it. And I grabbed orange paper. Luckily, I have Calypso Coral here already. Okay, now you're wondering how you do this guy with the ends. This is your scallop tag punch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the end, okay? And you need it at, what was that? I'm going to measure this. 2 1/4. Was it 2 1/4? Hang on. 2 1/2. So you want it at 2 1/2. Okay. You want it at 2 1/2. And you want it about 2. So got 2 here. As I said, I didn't bring out my measurements. Really not organized today. Okay. So now I've got that. So now I'm going to bring my scallop in. And I'm going to slide it all the way in. And it feels like it's just a tad wide. Maybe I didn't get it quite there. Quite at the mark. Okay, now here we go. Okay. All I did was slide it all the way in like we normally do. Okay. Punch. Okay. Come on, punch. Okay. And I normally would just take my scissors and clip. Okay. Then you're going to do it again. Going to slide it all the way in. Some reason this... Okay, got it. Okay, this should fit it. Where... Oh, there's my white paper. Okay, so then we're going to take... Oh, this is really good. I thought I brought up my circle. Hang on. You're going to take your 2-inch circle. I apologize. Okay, you're going to take your 2-inch circle and you're going to punch. And if I did that right, which I didn't, I got it too long. Okay, and that's what you get when you don't have your measurements with you. I'm grabbing my pad this time, guys. Okay. And 2-inch by 2 3/4, so it should have been okay. But evidently, I've got it a little longer than what I should have. Okay, let me redo this. Nothing like a mess. 2-inch, got it. Okay, that took it right off. And I make it just a little bit short of the 2. I put it between the 2 1/2 and the 2 3/4. Okay, now that should do it. Okay, slide it in like I just did a minute ago. Take it out. This one seems to be hopefully working better. Okay, punch, circle. Now there we go. just cut my paper just a little bit long. So a little bit between the 2 1/2 and the 2 3/4 is what you're going to need. Okay, so now you have your circle. Now what I will do in a minute is I will take another circle and I will glue it. And I'm just going to use this. Normally I'd use the glue like the Tombow. Okay. And I would glue it on like that. Okay. So now we're going to take this one here and we're going to do the fox. And I apologize, guys. I'm running in and grab a block. Okay. Okay, so where'd my fox go? Okay, fox is here. I'll put the punch down here. We don't need it anymore. I'll grab a block and we will be right ready to go. And see, and I was in there, grab the Tombow. Okay, so now we're gonna do Calypso Coral, which I have right here. I'm gonna punt and I'm gonna stamp. And normally I would use my piercing mat to do this, but I don't have it out here obviously, so we're just gonna go without. And if you push and hold for a second, it usually comes out better. Okay, it's not the best, but it does work. Then what I do is I stamp it again. Let's hope he stamps better. Okay, and again, I'm sorry. You can tell how prepared I was for this video, guys. Do you ever have one of these days where your supplies just aren't where you want them? Then what I'm doing is I'm simply cutting out him. So I have the head, and it's not a fussy cut. And I'm just simply cutting it out. Okay. Now I'm going to use my adhesive. Normally I would use like a glue dot, a dimensional, to get it to stand up. In fact, I think I am. Just give me 1 second again. Bringing out my dimensionals. I'm sorry, I practically need to have a tray of everything. Okay. Then I simply take and pop him up, his head, on a dimensional. Okay. Gives him a little more. Then I just take my marker, and I should have done that a minute ago before I popped him, so I just take and circle and do an eye and a little dot down here on the end of the nose. And then you can use the tail here, or I'm choosing to just simply use the tail already here and cut it out. You could stamp the tail and then use the punch and punch it out. So on this one, I'm just choosing to just make it real easy for me today. And, well, yeah. And then I'm going to dimensional his tail up. And this one, because these dimensions are a little wide, I'm going to come in 2. And then I'm going to put 1 there, take the other half, and get my hand on it, and put it here. Take your stickum off. Put the tail on. And then if you really want to give more dimension than that, you could take the little white piece and cut another white piece because it's in the stamp set and do it that way. And then what you're going to do is you're going to simply, and I've got the Tombow here, glue it on. And I apologize not having all my supplies here. On like that. I'm going to shut this guy up for a minute. And this. And bring the card over. And simply take, now here halfway. You don't want it all the way. You only want it halfway. And put it on like that. And you've got your card. And so the tail's raised up if you want. The head is raised up. Or you can leave the tail down and just raise up the head. But I think at least the head needs to be dimensional. But I think this is a quick, easy, cute card. I will have the dimensions on my site. And of course there's always the supplies available. But I thought this was a real cute card. And so I'll even let you know which, because I normally don't give all the details on these card folds on when I'm making a particular design. But I will give you and let you know which tag topper I'm using. It is the scallop one, by the way, if you're trying to figure it out. The scallop topper for this one. So this is Pamela, the Stampin' Pink Rose, where stamping ideas are always in bloom. I hope you enjoyed another Card Fold Friday, and have a great 4th of July, and thanks.